The 22nd of January 2018 T23 hours 50 minutes and 43 seconds. 00Z. A reminder of Simon Johnson's big news. Emerson Palmieri has agreed to join Chelsea on a 4-year contract, and his arrival to Stamford Bridge will see Kennedy move to Newcastle on loan. Standard Sport understands that personal terms have been agreed with Emerson, who will be paid around £42,000 a week. Chelsea wanted to buy another left wing-back in order to provide extra competition for Marcos Alonso. Coach Antonio Conte doesn't rate Kennedy too highly and has started him just 5 times this term, all of which have been in the domestic cup competitions. Emerson has been ruled out for most of this campaign with a serious knee ligament injury, but is now back to full fitness. The fee is yet to be finalized because Chelsea are still trying to negotiate a double deal with Roma to include striker Edin Dzeko. But it is believed Emerson will cost in the region of £20 million, and the 23-year-old is due in London to undergo a medical before completing the switch. No complications are expected, however, because Kennedy was given permission on Monday night to travel to Newcastle to complete his loan switch to Newcastle. Standard Sport reported last month that Rafael Benitez's side had agreed a first option with Chelsea to acquire the 21-year-old, but it depended on the Blues finding a replacement first. Sources have told this paper that Newcastle now expect to finalize the move and hope to make an announcement tomorrow. The 22nd of January 2018 T23 hours 20 minutes and 58 seconds. 00Z. With lots of focus invariably falling on Alexis Sanchez, it should be remembered that Arsenal have gotten themselves a great player as well in Henrikh Mkhitaryan. Here's a timely reminder that the Armenian scored a great goal in last season's Europa League final, and can well become a key man for Arsene Wenger. The 22nd of January 2018 T23 hours 8 minutes and 41 seconds. 196 said want to go behind the scenes of Alexis Sanchez move to Manchester United. The Red Devils have put out a little video for your pleasure. The 22nd of January 2018 T22 hours 53 minutes and 29 seconds. 820Z. So, here's a roundup of today's big news. Alexis Sanchez has completed his move to Manchester United from Arsenal, with Henrikh Mkhitaryan heading the other way in one of the most high-profile swap moves of all time, writes the Press Association. The finishing touches to the deal were made on Monday, and an announcement that the two 29-year-olds had traded places was made at 6 p.m. United's new number 7 Sanchez, who missed Arsenal's win over Crystal Palace on Saturday while negotiations over a switch continued, posted a departing message on Instagram where he took aim at ex-Arsenal players that have been critical of him. Though his social media post did not reference anyone directly, Sanchez wrote, "There are people, former club players, who have spoken with no knowledge of what happens inside the club and cause damage. I must say I always gave 100% until the last day, when I asked to the Mr. Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger to be in the team, because I wanted to be a contribution." Martin Keown, a former Gunners defender, had called Sanchez the biggest mercenary in football, with reports suggesting the Chilean forward will earn £500,000 a week at Old Trafford. United's rivals Manchester City had tried to sign Sanchez in the summer and revisited the possibility in this window, only to pull out due to the rising costs. Arsenal wanted £35 million for a player out of contract in the summer, and United's willingness to meet Sanchez's wage demands and use a makeweight in Mkhitaryan, who is valued at the Gunners' asking price, allowed a straight swap to take place. "Since I was a young lad I've always said that my dream was to play for Manchester United, and I'm not just saying that because I'm here now and today it's come true," Sanchez told MUTV. "I always said as a kid that I'd like to play for United, and I once spoke to Sir Alex Ferguson about it. We chatted for around 20 minutes. And I told him that my dream was to come here to Manchester United. It really is a massive club, very powerful, and so now when I got the opportunity to come here I looked at the badge and my hairs just stood up on end because it's a powerful club and the biggest in England." United boss Mourinho lauded the acquisition of Sanchez, adding, "Alexis is one of the best attacking players in the world and he will complete our very young and talented group of attacking players. He will bring his ambition, drive and personality, qualities that make a Manchester United player and a player that makes the team stronger and the supporters proud of the club dimension and prestige." Mkhitaryan was one of Mourinho's first signings in the summer of 2016 and scored 11 times in his debut season, including 1 goal in the Europa League final victory over Ajax. However, he was deemed surplus to requirements by the United boss once the opportunity to sign Sanchez became available in this window. Henrik is a very complete player, Wenger said on Arsenal.com. He creates chances, he defends well, he can absorb distances, and HES very committed as well. I must say HES a player who has all the attributes. Arsenal News, the 22nd of January 2018, T21 hours 21 minutes and 33 seconds, 750 Z. Henrik Mkhitaryan was in love with Thierry Henry's style at Arsenal and will aim to follow in his hero's footsteps by being a danger all over the pitch for the Gunners. Mkhitaryan left Manchester United on Monday evening to join Arsenal in a swap deal which saw Alexis Sanchez head to Old Trafford. The Armenia international became one of Jose Mourinho's first signings as United manager when he arrived from Borussia Dortmund in the summer of 2016, but struggled to convince the Portuguese coach of his ability after 18 months at Old Trafford. The 29-year-old has now moved to a club which he says he supported as a child, and is delighted to have the chance to pull on the same shirt as Henry, Arsenal's all-time record goal scorer. I always loved the way that Arsenal played and the way that Arsene Wenger has managed the team, Mkhitaryan told Arsenal's official website. There have been a lot of young players, HES managed them and they've done very well. Of course I was in love with the game of Thierry Henry. I loved the way he played, and maybe that was the reason to support Arsenal. He was scoring lots of goals, he was playing for the team. He was like a hero. Mkhitaryan thrived as a playmaker as Borussia Dortmund before making the switch to United in 2016, and impressed in fits and starts in the number 10 role, the position which Mesut Ozil currently occupies for Arsenal. Asked what his favourite role is, Mkhitaryan replied, all over the pitch. It doesn't matter exactly where, I don't stay in one position, I always try to move to create space to support my teammates. I'm everywhere. Arsenal are interested in signing Borussia Dortmund forward Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, although Arsene Wenger insists that no deal is close for the BVB forward. When questioned about which players he is looking forward to linking up with at the Emirates, the Armenian said, with everyone. There is not any exception, I would like to play with everyone, to start training very soon. Let's hope for it. Chelsea News, the 22nd of January 2018, T20 hours 48 minutes and 22 seconds. 036 said. Here's another big Chelsea update from Standard Sports. Simon Johnson, regarding Edin Dzeko, I'm told he has yet to say yes to CFC move, expected to say one way or the other tomorrow. Palmieri will go through regardless. The 22nd of January 2018, T20 hours 40 minutes and 8 seconds, 713 Z. Alexis Sanchez says he wanted to play for Manchester United since he was a young boy and will play anywhere to help Jose Mourinho win Premier League and Champions League titles. United's new number 7 says that he has fulfilled a lifelong ambition by joining United, one that he had previously revealed to legendary Old Trafford manager Sir Alex Ferguson. Since I was a young lad I've always said that my dream was to play for Manchester United, and I'm not just saying that because I'm here now and today it's come true, he told the club's official website. I always said as a kid that I'd like to play for United, and I once spoke to Sir Alex Ferguson about it. We chatted for around 20 minutes. And I told him that my dream was to come here to Manchester United. It really is a massive club, very powerful, and so now, when I got the opportunity to come here, I looked at the badge and my hairs just stood up on end because it's a powerful club and the biggest in England. As for Mourinho, who is aiming to restore the glory days of Ferguson's reign at Old Trafford, Sanchez says he is adaptable when it comes to finding a role in the team. The Chilean will face competition from Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford for his favored role on the left flank, but the 29-year-old says all that matters to him is being on the pitch in the first place. I'm a player who likes to win everything, he continued. I'm very professional in everything I do. I live for football. I love football. It's what I'm passionate about. I train hard every day and after a game try to look at what went well and where I can improve. I really like to play down the left, through the middle, but to tell you the truth, as long as I'm playing football, I'll fit in anywhere. Mourinho indicated it is important for the club for me to be here. I also believe that the club itself cared about me joining, and I got the impression that they were keen for me to come here and wear the number 7 shirt. I think that also gets through to the player. Players sometimes need to feel important and loved by the club. That was one of the things that attracted me to come here, along with a manager who is a person who won everything in Italy, the same as he did in Spain, and a manager who likes to win. Chelsea News, the 22nd of January 2018, T19 hours 58 minutes and 16 seconds, 800 Z. Emerson Palmieri has agreed to join Chelsea on a 4-year contract, and his arrival to Stamford Bridge will see Kennedy move to Newcastle on loan, writes Simon Johnson. Standard Sport understands that personal terms have been agreed with Emerson, who will be paid around £42,000 a week. Chelsea wanted to buy another left wing-back in order to provide extra competition for Marcos Alonso. Coach Antonio Conte doesn't rate Kennedy too highly and has started him just 5 times this term, all of which have been in the domestic cup competitions. Emerson has been ruled out for most of this campaign with a serious knee ligament injury, but is now back to full fitness. The fee is yet to be finalized because Chelsea are still trying to negotiate a double deal with Roma to include striker Edin Dzeko. But it is believed Emerson will cost in the region of £20 million, and the 23-year-old is due in London to undergo a medical before completing the switch. No complications are expected, however, because Kennedy was given permission on Monday night to travel to Newcastle to complete his loan switch to Newcastle. Standard Sport reported last month that Rafael Benitez's side had agreed a first option with Chelsea to acquire the 21-year-old, but it depended on the Blues finding a replacement first. Sources have told this paper that Newcastle now expect to finalize the move and hope to make an announcement tomorrow. The 22nd of January 2018, T19 hours 38 minutes and 29 seconds. 063 Z. And what of Atom and Humbert, we hear you ask? Alexis Sanchez dogs seem to have been prepared for the transfer well in advance, if their Instagram is anything to go by. The 22nd of January 2018, T19 hours 26 minutes and 39 seconds, 473 Z. Big news from Standard Sports. Simon Johnson. Now, it appears that Emerson Palmieri has agreed to join Chelsea and has signed a 4-year deal. The 22nd of January 2018, T19 hours 19 minutes and 20 seconds, 943 Z. Manchester City midfielder Kevin De Bruyne has signed a new 5-year deal at the Etihad Stadium, the Premier League leaders have announced. The Belgian, who joined City from German club Wolfsburg in 2015, is now under contract until 2023. "I am really happy to have signed this new deal," De Bruyne told ManCity.com. The 26-year-old has been in sensational form this season, contributing 10 assists and 6 goals in the Premier League to help City open up a 12-point gap at the top of the table. Having previously experienced an unsuccessful spell in England with Chelsea, De Bruyne has firmly established himself as a regular under Pep Guardiola and has scored 31 times in 122 appearances for City so far. "As I've said previously, my intention has always been to stay here at City, where I felt at home from day one," De Bruyne added. "Not only are we winning, we are playing great football. It's a pleasure to be a part of, and I'm really excited about what we can achieve in the coming years." News of De Bruyne's contract extension was announced at almost exactly the same time Manchester United confirmed they had signed Arsenal's Alexis Sanchez, who had been a target for Guardiola's side. Social. The 22nd of January 2018, T18 hours 59 minutes and 0 seconds. 000 Z. This one will probably fly under quite a few radars, but arguably the best player in the Premier League has just signed a new contract. The 22nd of January 2018, T18 hours 43 minutes and 47 seconds, 676 Z. Alexis Sanchez posted a farewell message to Arsenal on his Instagram feed, and he couldn't resist firing back at his critics. Gracia Sport. Odo Gunners. "I want to say thanks to the technical staff, to the medical team and all teammates with whom I shared many nice things for the club, and especially those people who do not see themselves on the covers, but without them nothing would be possible, which are there to prepare food for us and take care of us day by day, those who keep our shoes clean and the grass in the best conditions. Many thanks to you for helping us to improve every day. Thank you very much." Crying. There are people, former club players, who have spoken with no knowledge of what happens inside the club and cause damage. I must say I always gave 100% until the last day when I asked the mister to be in the team, because I wanted to be a contribution. I remember today a conversation I had with Henry, a historic Arsenal player who changed club for the same reason, and today is my turn. Thanks for everything, Gunners. All we achieved and the good moments that I gave to the club. I want to dedicate it to the fans. They are the most important. Thanks for every time you sing Alexis Sanchez baby. The 22nd of January 2018 t 18 hours 37 minutes and 48 seconds, 506 said here's Alexis Sanchez welcome video to Manchester United. It's a doozy. Arsenal news the 22nd of January 2018 t 18 hours 13 minutes and 8 seconds, 840 Z and here's Henrik Mkhitaryan's reaction to joining Arsenal. I'm very happy that we could finish this deal and I'm very happy to be here. It's a dream come true because I've always dreamed of playing for Arsenal. Now that I'm here, I'll do my best for this club to create history. Arsene Wenger added. Henrik is a very complete player. He creates chances, he defends well, he can absorb distances and he's very committed as well. I must say he's a player who has all the attributes. The 22nd of January 2018 t 18 hours 12 minutes and 7 seconds, 206 said here's Alexis Sanchez reaction to joining Manchester United. I'm thrilled to be joining the biggest club in the world. I have spent 3.5 wonderful years at Arsenal and I bring with me very positive memories of that great club and its fans. The chance to play in this historic stadium and to work with Jose Mourinho was something I could not turn down. I'm very proud to be the first Chilean player ever to play for United's first team and I hope I can show our fans all around the world why the club wanted to bring me here. Arsenal news the 22nd of January 2018 t 18 hours 4 minutes and 21 seconds, 743 Z done deal. Well, 2 done deals to be clear. Henrik Mkhitaryan has joined Arsenal and Alexis Sanchez has joined Manchester United. Arsenal news the 22nd of January 2018 t 18 hours 0 minutes and 17 seconds. 000 Z former Arsenal striker Kevin Campbell insists that the Gunners do not need Alexis Sanchez despite Manchester United's imminent signing. Being a world-class player, Sanchez is set to join United on a Premier League record £350,000 a week contract, with Henrik Mkhitaryan heading to North London in a straight swap deal. The 29-year-old saw a £60 million summer move to United's neighbours Manchester City fall apart on deadline day after Arsenal failed to sign £92 million Monaco star Thomas Lemar as a replacement. Standard Sport understands that some of Sanchez's Arsenal teammates have grown weary of the forward's public displays of frustration. Ex-gunner Campbell paid tribute to the quality of the Chilean, but praised Arsene Wenger's side after the 4-1 win against Crystal Palace at the Emirates on Saturday, a game for which Sanchez was left out. Mesut Ozil has been out injured. He's come back and he's certainly performed at the weekend, he told Sky Sports News on Monday. It's really good to see Arsenal take it to Crystal Palace. Alexandre Lacazette getting on the scoresheet as well. From a sublime flick from Ozil, Arsenal don't need Sanchez, especially if Mkhitaryan comes. Campbell concluded by saying that Arsenal could move forward from the Sanchez saga, adding, was he going to stay, was he going to go? From the dressing room is split. It can be difficult for a manager. Arsenal news the 22nd of January 2018 t 17 hours 38 minutes and 36 seconds, 393 Z Alexis Sanchez is close to completing his move from Manchester United to Arsenal and could be announced imminently, reports Press Association Sport. The deal, which will see Henrik Mkhitaryan move the opposite way from Old Trafford to the Emirates Stadium, is set to be announced by the clubs in the coming hours. It is believed most of the formalities have now been finalized, with a renewal of work permits one of the last issues to be resolved before the transfers of both players are completed. Footage of Sanchez, 29, outside the Home Office building in Liverpool emerged online on Monday afternoon. The Chile forward would have traveled there to update his work permit with details of his new employer. Mkhitaryan visited the same office. Reports suggests Sanchez will earn close to £500,000 per week at Old Trafford, including bonuses and image rights. United moved for the forward earlier this month when it became clear he wanted to leave Arsenal during the current transfer window rather than wait until he came out of contract in the summer. Prior to that he had been expected to join Manchester City, who had a deal worth up to £60 million accepted for Sanchez last August but could not complete a deal on transfer deadline day. City considered bidding again in January but pulled out last week due to the rising costs involved. The Premier League leaders did not want to pay a fee of more than £20 million, while United were not only willing to meet Arsenal's £35 million asking price, but offer much higher wages. The fee has since been cancelled out by United's willingness to trade Mkhitaryan, who is valued at the same price, in a straight swap deal. Sanchez has scored 80 goals in 166 appearances since joining Arsenal from Barcelona in 2014. Mkhitaryan, 29, has played 63 times for United after arriving from Borussia Dortmund in 2016, scoring 13 goals, although he has recently struggled for game time under Jose Mourinho. Speaking on Saturday, United boss Mourinho said the deal was so close, while Arsenal counterpart Arsene Wenger claimed in the next 48 hours it will be decided one way or the other. Chelsea News, the 22nd of January 2018 t 17 hours 2 minutes and 0 seconds, a 440Z Standard Sports. Simon Johnson has the latest on Edin Dzeko's proposed move from Roma to Chelsea. He's talking to agent Silvano Martina at the team hotel in Milan, where Roma are staying ahead of Wednesday's game against Sampdoria. Martina helps Reza Pajic, Dzeko's official main representative, with his Italian players. They are discussing CFC move.